New York City, America's largest city, world-renowned as the capital of finance, media, and the arts. It takes a lot to keep this city moving, and once it starts, it never stops. And it all starts with water.
New York City's water supply. It's perhaps the best known, most loved public water supply in the world. And New York City's Water for the Future program will ensure that New Yorkers will continue to have access to high-quality water for generations to come.
Clean, safe, reliable. People who live in New York treasure it. People who visit New York notice it. People who leave New York miss it. It is quite simply the best water in the world. But where does it come from? How does it get here? How does a city of 8.5 million people and another 500,000 residents upstate come to depend on clean, safe, reliable water every single time the faucet is turned? The journey begins almost 100 miles north of here at the Rondout Reservoir in the Catskill Mountains.
The Delaware Aqueduct is part of a network that supplies 1 billion gallons of water each day to New Yorkers, and by itself brings more than 500 million gallons of fresh water from reservoirs to New York City and upstate suburbs every single day.
New Yorkers have enjoyed this exceptional water for over 160 years through a vast network of reservoirs and aqueducts that have enabled the population of New York to grow and thrive. To ensure that we're able to enjoy this water for the next 100 years and beyond, repairs need to be made to the Delaware Aqueduct that brings the water from reservoirs upstate to homes and people in the 5 boroughs, as well as Ulster, Orange, Putnam, and Westchester counties. Since the aqueduct went into service in the 1940s, the New York City Department of Environmental Protection, or DEP, has continually monitored the efficiency and integrity of the aqueduct.
The Delaware Aqueduct is an engineering marvel. Back about 20 years ago, we found that water was reaching the surface in 2 spots along the tunnel's route. It was because there are faults in this location consisting of limestone. And limestone is a rock that's more susceptible to water damage. And what we found at that time is there was cracking, very small cracks in the tunnel. And after 70 years, it's inevitable that cracking would develop. And through these cracks, water is passing. We measured the water flow and we got an idea that the leakage rate was between 15 million gallons a day and 35 million gallons a day. Something that we can't allow to go on long term to ensure that there's reliable delivery of water to the city now and well out into the future.
The DEP is aware that the leaks in the tunnel release a large amount of water. These cracks need to be fixed. Leaving the repairs to future generations isn't a sustainable or responsible way of operating and maintaining the system.
Fixing the tunnel is a monumental task. Repairing the Delaware Aqueduct will be one of the most complex municipal infrastructure improvements in history. It will take several years, extensive planning, design, and construction to make all the needed repairs. DEP has initiated the Water for the Future program, and the fix is on the way.
Leaks have been found in 2 areas along the length of the tunnel in Ulster and Orange counties. In the town of Newburgh in Orange County, a 3-mile steel reinforced tunnel will be built to bypass and permanently replace the existing tunnel. Smaller leaks under the town of Wawarsing will be repaired from within the aqueduct as the new bypass tunnel is being connected.
Beginning in 2013, the New York City DEP will construct new shafts in Newburgh and Wappinger to connect each end of the new bypass tunnel to the aqueduct. These shafts are massive, 700 to 900 feet deep, and they have a diameter of 30 to 35 feet. These shafts will not only connect to the bypass tunnel, but will also create access points for the construction of the tunnel itself, which is slated to begin in 2015.
Similar to the original Delaware Aqueduct, the bypass tunnel is also being designed by engineers that work for the City of New York.
A tunnel boring machine over 20 feet in diameter will be used to create the bypass tunnel. This custom-built tunneling wonder pulverizes rock and carries it to the surface. At the same time as the machine bores the tunnel, it also builds the new aqueduct behind it with interlocking cement sections. A second layer of steel reinforcement is added. Then a third layer of watertight seamless coating is applied throughout the length of the new bypass.
As the construction nears completion, we'll need to take the existing aqueduct out of service for anywhere from 6 to 15 months so that we can make the connection.
The DEP is working to ensure minimal impact to its customers and neighbors during the aqueduct repairs.
By using alternate water sources and leading the effort on water conservation, the DEP can make the repairs needed so that future generations of New Yorkers can enjoy our world-class water.
Two other major assets of the water supply system will see improvements prior to shutting down the Delaware Aqueduct. First, the Croton system, the city's oldest system, will be brought back online to provide 300 million gallons a day of clean water to the city. Second, the Catskill system. Today, the Catskill system provides 500 million gallons a day of water to the city of New York. Work will be done to clean and line sections of the Catskill Aqueduct to restore its flow capacity up to historic high levels. The city is also fortunate enough to have a groundwater system that it owns in Queens. As part of the Water for Future program, this system will be improved, upgraded, and reactivated to provide clean, safe, and reliable water.
Once repairs are completed on the Wawarsing section of the tunnel and the new bypass tunnel is connected to the main aqueduct, the New York areas that received water from supplemental water supply systems will be switched back onto the Catskill and Delaware Aqueduct grid. It is a mammoth job, but it's necessary for New York's future.
Additionally, the city is putting in place programs that will help the city conserve water.
The DEP has developed the Municipal Water Efficiency Program that is partnering with many agencies. This conservation program is an effort to make sure that the DEP and partnering agencies have done their best before asking our customers to conserve water in time for the aqueduct shutdown and switchover.
Another major component of our overall conservation effort is the toilet replacement program, which will incentivize residential building owners to replace older style toilets that can flush as much as 3.5 gallons per use with new units that will use as little as 1 gallon per use. And while it seems like a little, it really results in a significant savings to water use for the city.
This two-tier conservation program is targeting a 5% overall reduction in water consumption citywide by 2020. It's an ambitious goal, but I know there's no challenge too big for the Big Apple.
Millions of New Yorkers benefit from this superb water supply. Every business and every person relies on and enjoys our water.
Through the Water for the Future program, New York City's Department of Environmental Protection is committed to ensuring that all New Yorkers have access to high-quality water.
Join us in our commitment to providing clean, safe, reliable water for generations to come.